Hi guys, welcome to the Honest Gypsy Closet. I'm Stevie Love, so Love as you know, and this is my BFF, Brandon Ramirez.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey. Hi. Random things on the internet, you know.
Yeah, Instagram. We're just enjoying this beautiful day. What?
Oh, I just whispered at
at
everybody. I'm like,
Yeah.
It's Memorial Day, right?
Yeah.
Oh, something like that, whatever the
I
humans
always
do.
get them confused between Memorial Day and Labor Day.
I know, I don't even know.
It's the one that's in May.
There you go. See, he knows the days and everything. Well, maybe not the days, but at least he knows the months.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Well, I only know because we're technically in May, so.
Oh, we are?
Yeah. I know
Okay.
today's date, so yay. How smart I am. Okay.
I'm sorry, I have to flip
Excited
these
for
over
this
right
one.
away because
Yeah.
this key was like
The key.
out.
Yeah.
So whatever this key faces, whatever card ends up over here, it might actually have a direct connection. That's how this deck works.
Yeah.
Right? Well, we know that, but it's just like it might have, that might be something this has the key to.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Water is the key to hydration. Get it? LOL.
LOL. You have two ladies coming up. So this is just a general overall summer reading. Let's do it for May.
Like the next week or so.
You
know?
think like
'Cause
the
it's
next
almost
week or so?
June.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
May,
exactly.
June. I think it's a general overall summer reading.
Exactly.
I think that when you and I get together, we don't have specific dates or times on our readings. It's just like when you catch the reading, that's
Is
when it's for.
Exactly. Agreed.
Great. Perfect.
Yay.
So, the first thing that stands out to me, just starting off, this lady, this peasant lady coming up, the last time I read about her in this deck, I had the wrong message. The literal message I had read for was for this lady. There's a couple ladies in this deck. So, but look how they're the exact same lady.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Holy
That's like
shit.
such a journey. you
That's
know?
such a journey because when we first see this lady, like I was reading the wrong card and I thought, oh, she's royal, she's elegant, she's ready to face the world. I'm like, but she don't look it, right? So she
Exactly.
looks a mess. So why am I reading about that? So now we're getting the story of the crossroads that bring you over to the strength.
Exactly. She's living her best Cinderella life.
Right. Right.
You know? Okay. So should I pull?
Yeah, pull a few cards because I want to see their connection. I think that's
Yeah.
going to open up the reading.
Okay.
Good. So that's the key, wading through it sometime. Good. Pentacles.
Too much?
No, until you're ready, I say go.
And then bottom of the deck. Oh, okay. Excellent.
Excellent.
So since that's in reverse, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is all over. I would
Yeah.
say that the reason this is upside down is because it's over, but it's pointing to the hearts, just to be like, that's the key of the peasant feeling.
Well, yeah, exactly. And it's also like the key out of that, you know, like since this is like phasing out, and we even have like justice right here down the center, like with like these two sort of like, this is the self-limiting and this is someone who's like maybe a little bit shady, who like you were dealing with before, not even necessarily shady,
No, but
just
I can
like
see it, someone who's, like,
who
taking
caused
ideas.
the pain. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And they think they're getting away scot-free.
Yeah,
don't think so.
but justice is right in the center, and yeah, like then we also have the Hanged Man in reverse, which I think it's like now is the time where everyone seems to be coming into a little bit more of a focus and like just more decisive and like taking action. Whereas before, like everything is sort of just like in our heads and fantasies, or like in our heads giving us like anxiety, or like telling us.
And it
that
might
we
even
can't
be
do
of these
things.
people,
Exactly.
these sneaky trickster people trying to manipulate us into believing that we can't do
backing
these
us
things.
into a corner.
Right,
Yeah.
backing us and making us feel like we had to make some crazy decisions that we maybe necessarily didn't even have to make.
Exactly. And I think
So,
that this
and-
card is really interesting too. If
Yeah.
you guys can see that, because like
She's like celebrating death.
Exactly, yeah. And I really think that, like, because we also have the leaves of change and everything in there too, so it really is so much about transformation and like the death and rebirth cycle, and that's kind of exactly what she had to go through to get to this
That.
card.
And it's funny because it's almost like I feel like you're just about to be this older,
Exactly.
stronger lady, and you're already like psychic self, already looking back on the past and what you've been through. And even though you're not completely physically embodying that strength, that elder queenhood
Yeah.
yet. You're just there, and you can see yourself in the next phases being there.
Exactly, and we have this card too, which I also think is really interesting because you would expect these two to be in opposition, but it kind of looks like they're communicating. So, like, to me, that says the things that once we thought were working against us, like we've learned from and are now able to use them to benefit us and will help in the transition.
Right, they'll be working with us now.
Yeah.
So the Three of Rods, I think leaving something in the past.
Yeah.
And it seems like argument and people's opinions, maybe
Yeah.
judgment is what you're leaving in the past. I want to kind of put it over
Yeah,
here.
for sure.
Okay.
I love these
Good.
cards.
These ones, right?
Yeah.
The Aquarius deck.
So good.
I feel like the Hermit's the last one, but there's also this. And that one right there, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And I want to flip this over. Okay. I feel satisfied.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Three of Rods, right? Leaving the past opinions, other people's pains, traumas that they had brought into your life,
Yep.
their stress, leaving that behind you, being able to reflect on it, but knowing it's time for you to move forward with your triumph instead of, or like you have your own pain, right?
Yeah.
So I think the patience and the hermiting that it took you, you have the Hangman, the Hermit, that's a lot of time, introverted, trying to get to know yourself. And this fresh start that you're feeling with now as you get older and you get more perspective on the whole trauma that you've recently been through, it brings you into more friendships that have balance and trust and love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
And I think that it's like sort of interesting that this guy, like, he's not necessarily on the
Defense.
offense.
Yeah, that's it.
He's like sort of doing, like, if you see that stick right there, like he's sort of holding it as a barrier. So maybe like now is the time that we're asserting our boundaries more and we're not letting any of this bullshit in that's like down over here. We're kind of just like, actually, like, you stay over there, I'm gonna stay over here, and like don't even try it.
Right, it's not even worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
No
like
bueno.
yeah, like we've given you your time, like your reign over us, and now we're stepping into our own higher self, higher path,
Makes sense. Higher journey, you know?
higher journey. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, and it just looks like he doesn't want to deal with it, and he feels the person in that card, the Seven of Rods, seems to look empathetic towards all the people coming towards him.
Exactly. It's like, why does everything have to be a fight? You know, like, but we're also just not like entertaining the fight anymore. We're not participating in it. So it takes two people to fight, right? Like, so if you just sort of like take a step back and say, all right, whatever is happening over here is toxic. It's not going anywhere. It's not getting any better. Like, it's just draining me of my energy. We have the opportunity to put down our swords and just be like, okay, like, you can stay over there. I'm gonna stay over here and focus on what we have to grow instead of focus on what we, or also focus on what we need to let go. You know? Hi, Ice Cream Man. How are
Hi,
you?
Ice Cream Man. You know, well, whatever. I was just looking at the camera and I was looking at how broad my shoulders look, just to talk openly. And I like did this to like move them down, make them smaller feeling.
Yeah.
And then the whole camera flashed. It was like white flash. I was like, I love when that happens,
Yeah.
right? When you're like intent on the camera and you're like, oh, did I
Exactly.
move that?
Yeah. Exactly. Now I'm like, are my shoulders like?
No, I just feel like my
I
neck.
always feel like I'm slouching.
I know. I feel like my neck looks small and my shoulders look so wide because of the angle. I'm
Exactly.
like, oh
You
god.
know.
Like, but maybe if I cut the top off, look like a little better right at
Exactly.
the fence, and then we'll maybe look more proportionate
Yeah,
to the shot.
possibly. You know.
Fuck.
Just in case any of you guys were wondering.
Just in case you care.
Exactly.
Like you should see us trying to set it up. Oh, this angle. Oh, this thing.
Exactly.
Oh,
Should we do this? Should we do that? Should I get a blanket? Should. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes
But-
to all of it. Yeah.
Soon we'll be in the
Do you want
flow.
to cheers?
Yes, let's cheers.
You know?
Perfect.
Like, here we go.
Beautiful. I always feel like next time we'll be better, and next time we'll be better. And look at how amazing we're doing this time. Like, look where we are right now.
You know,
look
so
at
much
how
better
our
than the
setup
first
looks.
time.
So much better.
Exactly,
So much better than doing it with other people.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, not that
Feel more
doing it with
comfortable.
other people isn't fun and amazing and awesome
I love
experience.
it, but it's
But
just-
Brandon and I have a flow. We're friends, you know.
Yeah.
We know how we like things and we make it work for each other.
Exactly, and it's fun to like collaborate.
Yeah.
It's I almost really did not pronounce that word correctly, but you know what I'm saying. Oh, interesting. Okay.
this guy right away I want to talk about.
Right. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I want to say that he looks like the medicine healer, psychic healer in Xena.
Yeah.
And this guy is able to, like, because he has so much love and he has practices nonviolence,
Yeah.
he's able to bring the dead back to life with just love.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
They call him the Avatar.
That sounds amazing.
Hmm
Okay.
So, being that he's right side up, we were just talking about releasing the pain. Maybe it's coming into
True.
your own avatar.
Yeah.
Like, and in a way, since this is upside down facing this card that's upside down,
Yeah.
I want to say that maybe like truth is being spilled over whatever pain was in the past.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And I feel like the reflection, like what made you this strong king, was some other like king masculine figure that caused you probably a lot of pain.
Yeah, definitely. And it takes like internal searching to get to there, which is the Two of Swords. You know, it, like that can be like it can indicate not looking at something honestly, but it also can indicate like connecting with your deepest truth and like learning how to meditate, like learning how to slow down and not allow outside influences. Like it's just about balance and getting your mind right and your thought processes in the correct order so we can receive all of this stuff. Because if we don't allow ourselves to let go of what isn't working and we just keep on, even if we step away from that other person or other people, it could be a group, like and we're constantly thinking about it, like in a way we didn't actually step away, we didn't successfully leave that because we're keeping ourselves there, which could be this Eight of Swords that we have here too. It could represent just being trapped in your mind. And something that will help with that, I think, is like the diligence of like the Nine of Pentacles, like working, like shift your energy towards the things that are working and notice the way that you are progressing and focus more on that rather than what's in the past or rather than what you want to walk away from.
And when I see this card
Yeah.
specifically, I do see two separate tables coming together over one maybe party.
Yeah.
So maybe
makes-
there's like some kind of people that you
Actual
wouldn't normally
communication.
hang out with or things that you wouldn't normally do, but you have a certain energy or friend or connection that you're starting to notice, and that's going to bring you closer together.
Yeah, that's so true.
And I think
that's
there's gonna-
actually happening.
Right? And I think that you're going to find more abundance and sharing in that than
Yeah.
with the people and places that you were in the past that you thought so hard that you were supposed to find abundance and sharing.
Exactly.
And now
Yeah.
you're in a place where you're like, these people I would never have expected, and here it is.
Exactly. And like you said, letting the truth pour out, like you feel like you can be yourself. You don't necessarily have to show up in any other way
Other than yourself.
other than what you are in that moment.
I love
you know,
the
like,
oracle coming up.
oh hi.
I just wanna look at her for a
She's so
second.
beautiful.
She is gorgeous.
You know, like should I take her out?
Take her out, put her on top of the
Right,
whole
like-
thing. Like right here. She
Yeah.
feels like, yeah.
Why does it keep on sounding like the gates opening and closing?
Well, that one sounded like over there, I thought. But yeah, it did sound
Yeah,
like that all
okay.
day. Someone's hanging out with us. I saw someone walk from your front door through the kitchen earlier.
Oh
Through
yeah,
the back
that's
door.
true. That's true.
So maybe someone's just chilling.
Yeah. I wanted to spend this nice summer day with us.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna just do one more shuffle and then I'm gonna pull. Okay.
I just love her.
Me too.
They're painted so nicely, whoever
Right.
made these. Ah, so cute. The animal guardian. I fucking love her. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Broken arrow. Embrace the energy of peace.
And I just feel like these are representations of the new people coming into your life.
Exactly. You know, like your new little squad. How
Right?
are you?
Stargazer set your sights
Exactly.
higher, so someone with like a high ambition, high drive.
So cute.
Very powerful. And then an oracle, someone who trusts their intuition.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the animal,
Someone who's very connected to nature.
right? Someone very compassionate,
Very grounded.
taking care of a lot of children. I think that one.
Exactly. Yeah, that's so interesting because we kind of have like like we have like the stars, the universe. We have like spiritual, ancient wisdom, and then we have like Mother Earth. You
It's
know,
like all three. And
and
then we
this
have,
one, which is air.
cardinal direction, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Reminds me of like the human map, like something that humans would make in comparison.
Exactly.
So embrace the energy of peace, right? Bringing peace. This reminds me of Jessica. This just reminds me of someone who dreams so far ahead
Yeah.
and is ready to move and very like determined,
Exactly.
you know.
I just realized that we were probably talking very low that whole time.
Oh, I think, yeah, we were just mumbling. But
Exactly,
anyway,
but,
so in
yeah.
conclusion,
Yeah.
I think what we've got overall at the end here is that, so these new places, people, and things are going to bring you to a new awareness, and it's going to be something completely different than what you expected. It's not the people who you wanted or thought you were going to be with. It's
Yeah.
a whole new group of people who maybe like
Who like actually care
actually
and
care.
actually love you for who you are and not for what they think you can do for them.
right, and that's the most important thing, because here these people are doing things for themselves all the time.
Yeah.
So, and you can tell that they're all healing, nurturing people.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're doing things for themselves all the time makes me think that they would be great friends.
Exactly. You can
'Cause people who
extend
don't-
that. Yeah.
Don't know how to take care of themselves, and they don't know how to prioritize what's in front of them, what they're supposed to do, and do it to their best of their ability.
Yeah.
People who are lazy and sloppy and are always looking for other people to do it for them, those aren't the people who people want to grow need. You know, those are going to hold you back. So you want to grow.
Exactly.
So circles change
Circles change.
and they develop, and
They
sometimes they
are
come back.
Yeah.
For now, I think it's a break.
Yep. Yay.
Enjoy your summer, guys. We'll see you
Yeah,
soon.
see ya. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.